A massive dam on the Omo River in Ethiopia will provide clean, green electricity for countries across East Africa. But at what cost? There are fears that disrupting the flow of the river will have a huge impact on Lake Turkana in neighbouring Kenya, where thousands of people live off the lake.
Patrick has been fishing in the waters of Lake Turkana for more than 3.5 decades. But he says his job has never been as hard as it is today. Fish stocks have radically reduced in recent years, and Patrick is worried that the Gibe 3 dam inaugurated in Ethiopia on Saturday will only make things worse.
Most people here depend on fish and fishing. Their incomes come from the lake. The area is very dry. The rains only come once a year. If the lake levels drop, then life here will end as we know it, as we depend entirely on the lake.
The Gibe 3 dam is the third largest dam in Africa and the biggest in a series built along the Omo River. But environmentalists and rights groups warn the project will dramatically decrease water levels downstream all the way to Kenya's Lake Turkana, which derives 80% of its resources from the river. Ethiopia's Prime Minister Haile Mariam Desalegn and other ministers attended the inauguration held a year after the dam began generating electricity. When it becomes fully operational, the Gibe 3 is expected to produce 1,870 megawatts of power, enough to sell energy abroad, including to Kenya. It will be Africa's second largest dam and took 9 years to build. The lake is already shrinking due to the effects of lower rainfall and longer dry seasons, and environmentalists say it will drop further.
Fishing patterns will be affected, and less fish means less food means starvation.
One of the things that it would be an area where there's increased conflict, because the communities would have absolutely nothing to depend on, and the only thing would be to fight for the little that's available.
The World Bank pulled out of financing of the project after pressure from environmentalists, and a Chinese bank, the Chinese export credit agency China Exim Bank, stepped in to make up the shortfall. With no natural gas or oil reserves of its own, Ethiopia is banking on renewable energy to help foster energy independence and economic growth. Lake Turkana is the largest desert lake in the world, but the UNESCO World Heritage Site could soon cease to exist. Ellen Wanjiru, KTN News.